Because there's such a large volume of laws that impact employee wellness programs, employers, when they do look at the compliance of their programs to these laws, they often find they're in violation of at least one of them. So it's very, very important for lawyers who represent employers that are expanding their role in the wellness arena to ensure that these laws are being complied with. Hi, I'm Barbara Zabawa. I own the Center for Health Law Equity, which is my own law firm, and I practice healthcare law and wellness law, and my clients are healthcare providers, insurers, wellness organizations. Many employers of all different sizes, but especially larger employers, are looking to workplace wellness programs as a mechanism to reduce the cost of employee health coverage. They hire vendors, or they have their human resources departments look at different ways they can get their workforce to adopt more healthy behaviors, and with the aim to reduce health costs, because they would have a healthier workforce, and it would not only reduce the cost of health insurance coverage because their employees would be healthier, but it would also increase productivity. Some of the programs have health risk assessments, or health assessments as the health and wellness community refers to them. They may have biometric screens, and these two activities take a baseline measure of an employee's health status and look for things like their BMI, their glucose, their cholesterol levels, to determine what their current health status is at. And then they may layer on top of that physical fitness activities or nutrition classes. They may also change the menu in their cafeterias to have more healthy options. And oftentimes with these wellness programs, the employer, to encourage participation, puts in financial incentives as part of the program. And a lot of times these financial incentives are tied to health plan coverage. So maybe the employer will reduce the premium or contribute to a health savings account in exchange for an employee participating and maybe reaching a certain wellness goal as part of the program. Because employers are really getting on board with these employee wellness programs, they can easily fall into some traps in the legal world as they are implementing these programs. And the legal traps come from the Affordable Care Act and HIPAA non-discrimination rules, where those laws prohibit employers from discriminating against employees based on their health status. And wellness programs, of course, are looking at an employee's health status and rewarding employees for achieving certain health status measures. So there are parameters within the HIPAA and ACA rules that employers must follow to ensure that they are not discriminating against employees on the basis of their health status in an inappropriate way. Also, the Americans with Disabilities Act and the Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act are implicated when employers have employees participate in health risk assessments and biometric screenings that take family medical history into account. Both the ADA and GINA, like the ACA and HIPAA, prohibit discrimination based on disability status or genetic information, which can be tied to one's health status. So it's very, very important that employers pay attention to the different laws. They somewhat overlap, but not all the time. There's also the Fair Labor Standards Act. There's the Internal Revenue Code that governs what taxation is, requirements are available for the financial incentives. There's workers' compensation issues, the Age Discrimination Employment Act issues, Title VII issues, state scope of practice laws and licensing laws, and workers' compensation laws, as well as the state versions of those federal discrimination laws, all need to be adhered to. And because there's such a large volume of laws that impact employee wellness programs, employers, when they do look at the compliance of their programs to these laws, they often find they're in violation of at least one of them. So it's very, very important for lawyers who represent employers that are expanding their role in the wellness arena to ensure that these laws are being complied with.